This story of the new sun's arrival in ancient times is the story to be talking about. And mythology is layered like these sediments here because of the telling and the retelling over the ages. But this is our foundation. Saturn, Mars, and Venus, the assembly of the gods, and that development of that sacred column growing ever larger into the cosmic mountain. So I got this book, and in here you can see the foundation story underneath the layers. They talk about the new orb of day was not imperfect as the first sun had been, and its rays were no longer so ardent that a shield had to be placed between it and the earth. What shield? This is not talking about the atmosphere. This is in reference to this ancient polar configuration. This ancient cataclysm, these fiery brands over heaven and earth. The massive stem of the world ash Yggdrasil, that is the same as the tree of life. This plasmatic cosmic mountain. Valhalla's host was doomed to succumb. These shining ones. That foul monster rushed furiously upon the father of gods and engulfed him bodily within its horrid maw. None but Odin and his wife and Queen Frigga were privileged to use this seat. Who is Frigga? She is Venus. Odin wore his eagle helmet. Here Odin is Saturn with the winged disc, the charged up magnetic field of that planet. Odin's spear. This is that sacred column. The same thing as Baal's shaft. This is the story of that ancient fall of man. That gigantic cow, that bull of heaven. When the hair of a god appeared, this is in reference to Venus and her hair. That is why she is the goddess, because of those plasmatic streamers. The tree Yggdrasil, the tree of the universe, filled all the world. During this ancient golden age, Odin, Vili, and Vi, the original three, the original trinity, Saturn, Mars, and Venus. The semblances of the human form makes me think of the stickman plasma formation that is everywhere around the world. That great tree, that horrible dragon, tried to kill the tree. It would be the signal for the downfall of the gods. She had a magnificent head of long golden hair. He was very proud of her beautiful hair. Imagine his dismay, therefore, upon waking one morning to find her shorn. This is in reference to Venus changing her with her wheel. While Frigga was not known by this name in southern Germany, there were other goddesses worshipped there whose attributes were so exactly like hers that they were evidently the same, although they bore very different names in the various provinces. Among them was the fair goddess Holda, or Frau Holle, who graciously dispensed many rich gifts. She is always Venus. When reaching the summit of the mountain, he would have ridden into the fire. Again, the fire at the top of the cosmic mountain. A tall mountain whose cloud-wreathed summit seemed circled by fiery flames. He sat in a golden hall surrounded by flames. Before these planets were carried off. They are gone, the lovely, the mighty, the hope of the ancient earth. It shall labor and bear the burden as before that day of their birth. It shall groan in its blind abiding for the day that Sigurd hath sped, and the hour that Brynhild hath hastened, and the dawn that waketh the dead. It shall yearn and be oft times holpen and forget their deeds no more, till the new sun beams on Balder and the happy sealess shore. This references to the fountain of youth, this vehicle having once suffered damage. The goddess bade a wheelwright repair it. This is the wheel of Venus. One of their traditions was to set fire to a huge wooden wheel and send it rolling down the hill, plunging it into the water. Speaking of the Golden Age, it is customary to say in the days when Bertha spun. Who is Bertha? She is, of course, Venus in her wheel. Odin, discovering this sacrilege on the morrow, was very angry, indeed so angry that he left Asgard and utterly disappeared, carrying away with him all the blessings. Asgard is that heavenly city. He lured her away from Asgard, swept down from the north on his eagle wings, and bore her swiftly away. That stolen hammer, there was little hope of it being restored unless Freya were brought to him, arrayed as a bride, Venus. Thor's hammer is the form of the winged disc and the descending sacred column / cosmic mountain. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all are from Norse gods. Friday is the day of Venus, from Frigga and Freya. Again, references to never tasting death when she made her appearance. Warding off the approach of old age and disease. We keep seeing these ideas over and over. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.